gauges of the ship so that the ship won't capsize because of the great storm. And at the end of the day, the captain of the ship went to the lower deck and found Jonah sleeping and said, ìwọ ọmọkùnrin yìí ó lọ sùn bí táwọn ti fẹ́ parun. Go up and start calling your God, just like others have been calling their gods, so that this storm will cease. Then Jonah left where he was and went to join others at the upper deck. They all called on their gods. And I'm sure Jonah also did the same thing, but there was no response. Not until when somebody now said, wait, let us cast lots to know who the problem is. So when they now did the lot casting, the lot fell on Jonah. But don't forget, they already called on their gods. Jonah was also included in that equation. He also called on his God, but he knew he was the problem. Not until when somebody said, let us cast lots. So they did the lot casting. The lot fell on Job. Then all of them now came together and said, this man, what have you done? Why have you brought this upon us? So Jonah now said, the only solution is for them to throw him into the ocean. I'm not quoting the verses word for word. I'm just paraphrasing, telling the story. If I've said anything contrary to what is written in Jonah chapter 1 from verses 1 to 7, anybody can fault me on that. Then we'll discuss further. So now, Jonah now said the only solution is for them to throw him into the sea, that the storm will cease. And before those men threw Jonah into the ocean, they begged for forgiveness, from God. And they all said, it is what he has said they should do to him that they have done, that, this should not be counted as sin upon them. So they now threw Jonah into the ocean. That was when, the so-called big whale or fish, or what do they even call it, swallowed Jonah. And the storm stopped. Now, my question at that point is, this Lord casting of a thing, after they have all called on their gods, including Jonah, because he was part of them when they were calling on their gods, they didn't get any response. Not until they did the Lord casting. Now, fast forward to New Testament. This is just the elementary part of Lord casting. There are more complicated and comprehensive chapters and verses in the Bible that we can also make reference to. But let me fast forward to the New Testament. The book of Acts, chapter 1, if you read it from verse 23 to 26, you will see the situation where the disciples wanted to replace Judas Iscariot. They wanted to choose between Barsabbas